How's it going, folks? So this is going to be a quick 10-minute tour of my van. Now, a lot of you have seen it before, but many of you probably haven't. And after much requests for this video, I decided to do it. So here we go. So it's a 2002 Iveco daily, long wheelbase, high roof. You can get one with a slightly higher roof. It's done 150 something thousand miles now, and I've done about 50 of those. And yeah, as you can see, it looks pretty ridiculous. So I'm just going to fly around the outside quickly. You see it's covered in lights, two at the bottom, all over, big spotlight on the top, marker lights everywhere. It's running on Kumo Road Venture MT51 tyres. I get that question a lot, so there you go. Coming around to the side, the paint was hand rollered by myself. It's pretty easy, it's not the best finish in the world, but it does the job. New additions, so that is the flue for the wood burner, which is now in there, and that is an absolute game changer, so we'll talk about that in a minute. Down the side here you got the hatch for the cassette toilet, window, more lights on the side. So these two here, there's one on the other side as well, they're controlled in the cab, and those ones at the back there are controlled from the hab area. That's a vent for the battery compartment. You've got electric hook up there. That exhaust isn't supposed to be there anymore. That was from my old generator, but I don't use that anymore. Moving around the back, you've got more lights, a couple of cameras at the top, and then my little DIY fuel can holder thing. There's not really anything else to see around this side. Another window. So let's jump into my favourite part, which is the cab. So as you jump in, the first thing you notice, it's on different seats. They're from a 2004 Honda Accord, made them fit as such. The passenger seat actually swivels. That's a recent addition. It's good for sitting with my feet up on the side door. Panning round to the dash area. So this is all changed. I modified all this myself. The radio used to be here, that used to be there. Built this switch panel. They control all the lights. You've got power switches for various things in the cab. Kenwood doubled in radio there. Moving up, this is the one of the cameras on the back. That's pointing straight down, you can't really see. But yeah, it's just for reversing and stuff. And then moving up, got the nav bracket there, which is just a RAM mount for a motorbike. But I've added this extra plate, and that's the magnetic wireless charger thing for the phone. And it's also where I keep my torch. So it's always to hand. So the other bit, this is my ignition panel. That's how I start the van. And I've got auxiliary lighting buttons there, battery to battery monitor. And the whole inside of the cab has red LED lights, because you can use them while you're driving without wrecking your eyesight. As for the van, it's an absolute tank. It's 2.8 engine. I'd say it does about somewhere between 20 and 25 to the gallon, because it's fully loaded, so not amazing, but the places I've been in it, it's well worth it. Directly behind you got the bulkhead, which I added in extra. It just separates the cab from the living area. We've got speakers and a nice big thick door, and then this is the way that you get through into the back. So moving through, first thing you see is a rubbish bag. That's great. And yeah, so this is my living space. So it's changed quite a lot since the first tour I did on here, as you can see. Start from this side here. Here's the wood burner that I mentioned earlier. I made this myself. There's a video on the channel about it. It's made out of a gas bottle. That thing is amazing. And that goes outside through there. A little wood store underneath it. Directly under there is the toilet. You can see that under there. It's just a cassette toilet. Perfect. And I can toast marshmallows while I'm on the loo. Guitar, monitor, PS4. Yeah, I decided I wanted quite a big sofa, because obviously I have a high bed, so I needed a nice seating area where I could chill out. Under this cushion here is the fridge and some other bits, and under that one is like a storage cavity pretty big actually, and that's where I've got all my winter skiing gear and that kind of thing. So on the window here I have these blinds, and I just roll them out at night like that, tuck them in, and that just, it blocks out all of the light, adds a bit of insulation, and then I pull this blind down over the top. Directly above there, just got storage, just loads of storage. I never bothered finishing the insides of the cupboards because I didn't see the point. Got the solar monitor there, carbon monoxide alarm, and then this is like my charging station there. I've got the surround sound for in the back here, and all of my camera chargers and so on in that corner there. And that box there is one of my antennas, so that's for the Wi-Fi. There's a big aerial up on the roof, so I can catch Wi-Fi from far away and broadcast it inside the van. So it's like a extender, I guess. Just under the seat there is the outlet for my diesel heater. It's a Chinese diesel heater. That thing is fantastic, and that's buried in there, so I can't really show you, but that's the control panel for it just there. Moving up to the bed, it's almost a full-size double. I had to shave about that much off the side, and then it has this angle as well, but sleeps two just fine up there. Wardrobe storage to the side, and then a bit more storage at the back. At the far back there's a manual skylight. I talked about that a couple of episodes ago. You got the LED lighting all the way around, and that's the control for the max fan, which is just there. And that is also my roof hatch, which will go out in a minute. So coming around to the side here, I've got 4 cameras all around the van, so I get a full 360 view of what's happening outside. They're the buttons for the 2 auxiliary lights that I showed you on the back, so I've got left and right control of them independently. And there's some more storage up there. And this is the kitchen, just a sink under there, which is no doubt full of pots. Yep, little storage rack, knives, spices up there, and 2-burner hob, which is powered by refillable LPG bottle. Storage underneath there, bit of pots and pans, drawers, cupboard, and that's where my water tanks live under there. The grey one's buried in there, that's the fresh. This door here is the pass through into the garage, which I'll show you at the end. So I have access from inside the van into the garage, which is like a TARDIS. So let's go up through the hatch onto the roof. So the hatch, I just have this little internal lock, pop that, and then it's on gas struts. So once we're up here, there's the rear skylight. This is my roof deck terrace thing. That's the antenna for the 4G system, and this is the one for the Wi-Fi. I just made a little bracket so that I can spin it up like that. Solar, 350 watts, that's a 250 panel, and that's a 100 panel. They're wired in series, so they work together and actually produce quite a bit more power. So a quick look in the garage. All the doors have these security locks on them. It's a bit of a tip at the minute, but it does kind of demonstrate how much space I actually have. So on the door is my ski rack, and there you go, just a TARDIS full of stuff. Got bikes in there, water, spare. That will be going on the back door at some point. Moving round, you've got the electrical panel, the 240 hookup side, inverter, B2B. It's a Votronic B2B. I will do a video about that. That's the mains battery charger just there, and then tool storage all on this side. That is hilarious. Need to find a better way to do that. And then there's 3 180 amp hour AGM leisure batteries down there. Yeah, that's it pretty much. Big old area. I can actually fit a super bike in there if I want to. So that's what I designed it for. So I've been living in this van for going on for 2 years now, and still loving it. It's ever changing. It looks so different in here compared to when I did the first tour video a couple of years ago. Total amount of money I've spent on this, I've kind of lost track a little bit now. The original build, there'll be a link somewhere up here, so you can look at that, and that was around £5,000. I think now, after all of the upgrades and things have changed, probably it's got to be closer to about 8 or something. It's not crazy money. So any questions you have, just bang them in the comments, feel free. I'll try and answer everything that I can. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one.